Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another video with me, your boy FIFA Wonder HD. This episode guys, we'll be having a look at a very interesting squad builder. It is my best starter team for the BPL for FIFA 15 Ultimate Team. Now, we start off in goal with a player who's been downgraded but still incredibly effective, and that is Joe Hart. He's got great diving and great reflexes, and his positioning is pretty good too. He's pretty cheap, to be honest. You know, he's not too expensive. £6 I think is pretty fair for a goalkeeper of his nature. Just play a few tournaments to win him. Now Sanga I got in a pack, and I've been quite lucky to have him. And I think he's really good. Obviously his pace isn't Kyle Walker like. So some people may leave him out, but his defending and his physical stats and the way he gets forward, for me, makes him a very good player. He's very well rounded apart from his shooting, but everything else is going to mean that he'll get forward, support the your winger in front of him, and be very solid at the back too. Now at centre back we have Mangala, another guy that I packed and have been very impressed with. He's not too expensive, you know, floating around the sort of 14k mark. That will fluctuate obviously with the game coming out in a week's time. But wow, what an absolute beast at the back. Any centre back with 76 pace is going to be very interesting. And when you look at his defending and his physical stats and his strength, he is so strong. For me, save your money. Do not go out and buy Vincent Kompany just yet, because he's going to be very rare, very overpriced. Go out and buy this guy because he is fantastic. And if you can, partner him up with Koscielny, who again has a very good card. 81 pace is Ramos-like, and his defending and his physicality is pretty good too. So you do really get a very well balanced card with Koscielny. Very solid. Obviously the French lineup here is linking up very well indeed. And then at left back, Moreno. Really impressed with this guy. He's moved out Clichy for me, you know, someone who I've been using on the last couple of Ultimate teams. But Moreno, his pace, his dribbling, his defending and his physicality, for me, push him higher than Clichy, and this year I think he will be the pick of the left backs in the Barclays Premier League. Now at CDM, obviously we can't all afford Yaya Toure, but what's the next best thing, and that is Cheick Tiote, who is going to be someone who is heavily used this year, I guarantee it. He had a pretty decent card last year, but this card is even better. As you can see, he's got good pace, decent dribbling, not the best passing, but you know, he's going to be able to play, you know, the short passes around to get the team moving, and all he's really there for is to break up play, slow the opposition down, and just provide a little wall in front of the defence, and that's what he does superbly. He is so strong, really is an ox in front of that back four. You know, as you can see, by 88 physicality, that is just insane, and he really does do a great job at CDM. So anywhere you've got a CDM slot, whatever formation you're playing this year around, I really recommend going out and getting Cheick Tiote. And now at right mid, I could have gone for Sterling, could have gone for a few other players that are, you know, really quick, you know, the likes of Lennon and Dyer and people like that, for example. But Oxlade-Chamberlain for me is very good indeed. You know, it only cost me £2, and look at his stats: 89 pace, 71 shooting, 71 passing, 84 dribbling and 72 physicality. For me, he had the best sort of overall stats when I checked on Foothead compared to the price of other players. Basically Sterling and Walcott and things, they had the pace, but their dribbling often wasn't as good as Ox's, and you know, his physicality is quite strong, lad. I just thought he had a great mix. You know, the shooting's quite good as well for a right midfielder that's pretty cheap, and his price made him a definite for this starter team. Moving on to left mid, which for me has been a sort of problematic area. Apart from Schürrle and Hazard, there's not an awful lot of choice for quick left midfielders, because players like Cazorla, Silva, Nasri, you know, while they're very good, they're much more suited to that cam role than they are left midfield. Now, I personally, I do like some pace on the wings, and after realising that I'm not going to be able to get Hazard in this team, you know, being a starter team, I looked and I thought Young for me was the best option. He's got really good pace, his shooting and his passing is very good indeed, his dribbling is superb, and he just, you know, just really turned out to be a very, very good player in my opinion. I think his work rates are nice, he's got good 4-star skills. What more can you want? I think he's a very, very good solid left midfield, and probably the sort of second or third best in the league on Ultimate Team. So, you know, he does very well in that respect. Now I've gone for Dembele. I did have Barkley in this position because I quite liked his physical nature, but Dembele just brings even more power to the team. You know, he's quite quick, he's got good shooting, his passing's nice, and then his dribbling and his physicality just top off the card. Obviously I have got an upgrade card on this at the moment, so those are a bit skewed, but he really is fantastic, guys. He's so powerful, he holds off challenges, he's great for goal kicks when it falls a little bit short of the strikers, because he's going to win a lot of headers flicking onto the front two that we'll show you in a sec. And just overall a very, very tidy player that can score goals, create goals, and just generally sort of hold the ball and move it around to get you up the field and get you on the attack. Now we go to the striking position, and I have Diouf, someone who I mentioned in my top 5 cheap Premier League strikers, and someone who I have been incredibly impressed with. His stats are just incredible for the player that he is. Very, very good indeed. As you can see, 86 pace, 77 shooting and 75 physicality is incredible. If you look in game, he has 84 finishing and 90 sprint speed, which I think is very good, 78 strength and 87 heading, just make him a great all-round striker, and he is very, very cheap indeed, only costing around sort of 2.5 to 3k, which I think is just an absolute steal for the player that you're getting. And finally, for this cheap sort of starter team that I've put together, we have Wilfried Bony, again costing around sort of 2 to 2.5, so quite similar in terms of costing to Diouf. This guy is again very, very strong, really does hold the ball off superbly, brushes past defenders with ease. You know, he's going to put a lot of centre backs down, because a lot of people are going to pick players like Smalling and people like that, and a newer, who in game aren't really as strong as some of the better centre backs. So, you know, while they are quick, this guy is definitely going to be able to hold them off to get his incredible shooting away. He's got great long shots, great shot power, good finishing. His pace isn't really an issue. I think that's why partnering him with Diouf works so well. You do have that sort of pace and power in all aspects of this team, in all honesty, and it just works so well. So this was my sort of cheapish starter team for the BPL in FIFA 15 Ultimate Team. I hope you enjoyed this, guys, and I hope you managed to sort of pick a few of these players, get them into your team, and maybe improve upon this squad, because I think it's a really great base to start with and get you up the divisions. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please hit like, subscribe for more content, and peace.